If I think about wood, I think about trees. And if I think about a tree, I can look at a tree and see it as an object. But I very much like to think about trees as processes. You know, you have seed, and you have sprout, and you have a tree, and then you have compost. And that way of seeing the world as a process, as opposed to this static thing in this moment, is something I love. I love watching people, and watching societies, and watching us become the next iteration of ourselves, slowly but surely, always changing. And I'm particularly passionate about this because I grew up in a world that didn't like that one bit. I grew up in apartheid South Africa, which was an oppressive system that completely said, don't change, just be what I want you to be. And maybe some of you are not familiar with oppression, so I'm going to introduce you to oppression. Let's watch him garden. So when oppression goes gardening, oppression immediately starts by creating a sense of urgency and saying, oh no, we have to do this, and there's not enough, and there's fear, and blah, 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 blah. So it creates this sense of panic. And then, when you give oppression its seeds to sow, oppression says, you worthless thing, you will never amount to anything unless you have me to help you with. And then oppression, when the seed starts growing like really tenderly, oppression takes judgment, and it takes blame, and it takes criticism, and it makes it realize that it's never going to amount to anything. It just needs to keep in line and be sweet. And then, when there's anger or resistance or something that oppression doesn't like, it just takes it, squashes it, and chucks it away. So, that is a weird world to live in, and one that I really didn't like that much. So from an early age, my question was, how do I change the world? Which is, I think, a really great question. The only tiny problem is that when I ask that question, I ask it with the same mind that raised me. If you were bred in an oppressive system, that culture also lives inside you. And for me, that's a very difficult thing. And I see that in myself and in many people that I work with that wants to really bring a better future into the world. But we have inherited the blunt tools of oppression. And I'm really, really tired of that. I'm so tired of having this constant sense of urgency and fear that does not allow us to access our creative powers. And I'm tired of the sense of distrust, of judging someone by their history and not by their potential. And I'm tired of judgment and blame. I'm tired of judging myself, and especially my white privileged friends, of not doing enough, of not saying enough, of not being enough. That just creates distance. And I'm tired of this mindset that we are somehow disposable, and you are somehow other, and somehow we're allowed to break each other down. So I've really been looking for another way to enact and become change, and I found one. I've been looking for a long time. I'm almost 40. And I don't know the name, whether it's liberty or love or justice, but so I just called her Sue. So when Sue goes gardening, Sue starts off with making a space of joy and acceptance and abundance, and she creates a space where everyone's welcome. And when you give Sue her materials, she's like, wow, look at this, look at you. Who might you become? What potential is living in you? And then she takes care when she plants you. And she's there to support. She says, I know this is tough. These rocks are hard. The sun is bright, but you know what? I'm here. I'm going to give you water. I'm going to give you food. You're going to be okay. And then when something doesn't go down in the garden, she's like, we're not standing for this. And she's willing to engage in conversations, even if it means that she needs to change herself. So I'm personally really excited about a way of life that's characterized by ease and abundance, where we believe in each other and accept each other and support each other and believe in connection and real honesty, so that we can have the conversations that we need to have to move forward. And I'm very aware that inside myself and inside this world, both these possibilities exist. I can choose to oppress myself or you and to conform to my worldview, but I can also partner with life and enact and participate with the creative change that is happening. And I know exactly which future I'm rooting for. Thank you.